You're welcome back. Thursday's Off the Ball. It's 7:30. As always, time to talk to John Giles. Evening, John.
Evening, Nathan.
So we're just a couple of days away from a huge game for Stephen Kenny, even maybe more so than for the Republic of Ireland against Azerbaijan, but totally overshadowed this week by Callum Robinson's press conference where he spoke about his decision not to be vaccinated. This has caused a lot of debate and sparked a lot of debate, and follows on from what we heard in the Premier League, where less than 50% of players have been vaccinated against COVID. What was your reaction when you heard what Callum Robinson had to say?
Well, I think a lot of players are not being vaccinated, Nathan, which I don't agree with. I think they should be vaccinated. I think he's had it twice himself, and who knows where he spread that to when he did have it. That's the type of situation we're in, and I think footballers are being given a lot of freedom in this particular situation, Nathan. I think they've been privileged in some of the things that they can do because of footballers. And I mean, I read the other day that some of the newspaper people that were in weren't allowed in because they weren't vaccinated to the press conference. So there's a lot of people suffering from jobs because of the virus situation, and I think footballers have been too privileged in this virus situation.
You've been very honest with us, John, throughout COVID, initially as to how terrified you were of the virus and of catching the virus, and I think also how privileged you felt to be one of the first people to get the vaccine right back at the beginning of the year, and the happiness and the safety, I guess, you felt from being double jabbed when you were quite early in this. When you hear then that there's players, and it's not just Premier League footballers, though does seem to be at a higher rate, that they're choosing not to get vaccinated, that they're choosing actually, no, I feel I'm young enough that I don't need this. How does that make you feel?
Well, I was in a different situation, Nathan. Of course, I just passed the 80 mark, so I was very vulnerable as the records show for being in such a high mark to be terrified of it. And I can understand the young footballers. Apparently, if they get it, it's no big deal. It's like getting the flu. That's fair enough.
Not for all of them.
Sorry?
Not for all of them.
Not for all of them, but the thing is, Nathan. Well, I'd say the vast majority. But that doesn't stop them spreading it. This is the point that I'd be upset about. That you can have the virus, young lad, say it's just like the flu, you get over it. But what about the times that you spread it? I think in young Robinson's place, he's had it twice. But there's no record of how did he spread it and how many people did he spread it to. And there's no doubt that the vaccinations, it has been proven that the vaccinations do stop serious illness and indeed deaths. So I can't understand that. And I think football, in this case, they've been privileged, and I think they're creating an awful lot of rules so as they can go on trips and continue to play and to do various things, Nathan, that I don't think people who are on the other end of it are being taken into consideration. I think it's wrong. I think the professional footballers are privileged, and good luck to them. But I think when it comes to this, I think they've been very, very loose, I think, in allowing certain things to happen.
It does seem as though there's more pressure now going to come on players, on teams, on the authorities to try and get more players to take the vaccine, and that life may become more difficult for players who don't take the vaccine. We even see it this week with the international games, the players who are going to red list countries from the UK, if they're not doubly vaccinated, they're going to have to quarantine. They're probably going to end up missing matches. But from a club or country point of view, like, has Stephen Kenny a decision to make? Did he have a decision to make? Should he be considering not picking these players when it sounds as though, from what he said, almost half his squad haven't been vaccinated?
No, I wouldn't put the responsibility on Stephen in this case. I think he could give his personal views on it, but I don't think he should be the man in position to say, if you don't have the vaccinations, then I'm not going to pick you. I think that's down to the association itself, Nathan. I think that's down to the FAI. If they want to make a decision on that, they're the ones who are in power, and they're the ones I believe should be making the decision on it. But I just think it's wrong. I think professional footballers now have there's been certain rules made for them to keep the game going, and in other situations, and different, whether they be tradesmen or anything else, they're not getting the same privileges as professional footballers are getting. And I think it's wrong.
Yeah, we don't know the reason why so many footballers are deciding not to get the vaccine, whether it's the bubble they're in and the misinformation that they're hearing and some of the conspiracy theories seem to be infiltrating Premier League dressing rooms, or whether they're just in their 20s and feel that they're bulletproof. I don't know if you think back when you were in your 20s, did you feel that way at times, that you were bulletproof?
Well, I think, Nathan, to be fair, this pandemic, we've never seen it before, Nathan. It's never happened before in this way. Okay, you had the flu and you could get injection you couldn't, but nobody's seen anything like this before, and it's very, very dangerous, as we know. And it's when you see footballers, and I'm all for footballers, that they are privileged. They're privileged individuals, and I think they're being privileged now in a certain way that's not fair to the general public. Yeah. Because some of these lads we know what this virus is. Some of the lads get it, and they don't even know they've had it, and they're spreading it. That's what I find very, very wrong about it. That a lot of these players, you know, they're allowed to go to these countries because they're privileged and it's football and they want to keep the money flowing and all the various things. But it's very, very dangerous for anybody to have the virus, as we know, that can spread it, and they don't even know they're spreading it. It's not just them, Nathan. No, it's people that are affected without even knowing that they're being infected. And the players who haven't been jabbed and have had it before, have had it at certain times. The thing is with this, a lot of people don't know they've had it, and they're able to spread it now. That's what I'm very, very anxious about. That, you know, footballers, if they're privileged in that way, then I can't see that. It's a personal choice. I've no problem with them saying I'm not going to have it for a certain reason, whether it be religious or anything else. That's up to themselves. But I don't think they should be allowed the freedoms to have possible serious consequences for in spreading it, and they don't know they're spreading it.
Yeah, it certainly sparked a lot of debate, that's for sure. All our football here and Off the Ball brought to you by Sky. All the football you love in one place across Sky Sports, BT Sport and Premier Sports. Callum Robinson is with the Ireland squad. They're over in Azerbaijan. It's a massive game. We'll obviously reflect on the qualifier against Azerbaijan and the friendly against Qatar next week. But by way of preview, John, it feels very simple for Stephen Kenny right now that all the debates about style of football and a new generation and the future of Irish football, it's kind of irrelevant this Saturday. He just needs a win.
Oh, definitely. I think he's got 3 matches, has some competitive matches, Nathan, in this particular competition and a friendly. And I think, it's a must. I think, to really, really win these matches or certainly get good results in them, I think it's hugely important for Stephen at this particular stage.
Is that something he should be trying to get across to his players? Do you change styles, change system, play out from the back a little bit less? Does he have to change tactics to make sure he gets the result above a better brand of football?
Well, it's very difficult to know because obviously the way he's playing and have the team playing is what he believes in, Nathan, or else he wouldn't be doing it, you know. And obviously, as a manager, I think you learn as you go along, bit by bit by bit. But it's just got to the stage now where whatever way he does it, he'll have to get the results. Yeah. Just has to. Well, now, that could be playing out from the back, not playing out from the back. Various things, Nathan. But, there's 16 matches? I think Stephen has played 16 matches now. And you learn as you go along. And hopefully, I hope he does get it right for the next few matches to give him the extension. If he doesn't, then he's going to be in serious trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk a lot more about that next Thursday night, John. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to look back on Liverpool against Manchester City.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Don't miss Chelsea take on Leicester in the Women's Super League. Sunday, live on Sky Sports.
News Talk brought home gold.
The 2021 IMRO Radio Awards.
Winning in 6 categories.
Current Affairs Programme.
The Pat Kenny Show.
Community Social Action.
Moy Ross.
Sports Story.
The Gordon Elliott Scandal.
Sports Broadcaster.
Joe Malloy.
Drama.
Belong.
And Speech Broadcaster.
Ciara Kelly.
This is IMRO award-winning radio.
This is News Talk.
Celebrate and save big at Harvey Norman's 18th birthday sale. We're celebrating 18 years in Ireland with big birthday savings across our massive range of sofas, dining furniture and homewares. Get up to 50% off our stunning range of handmade sofas. New season lighting from just €75. Plus, up to 50% off a great range of dining furniture. Shop these birthday deals and so much more in-store and online at Harvey Norman's 18th birthday sale. Don't miss out.
Go! In these troubling times, worries and problems can become magnified, making it difficult to cope. At HelpLink Mental Health, we're here to help by offering free or low-cost counselling support 7 days a week and out of hours. All HelpLink services are available nationwide, from free counselling for gambling addiction to low-cost, general, youth, addiction, couples and bereavement counselling. So if you or someone you know needs support right now, talk to us at helplink.ie.
The Tile Style Autumn Sale is now on. Buy now and get 40% off nearly all porcelanosa tiles. In stock now and ready for your renovation project. Get huge reductions in top brand bathrooms, kitchens and wood flooring too. Buy now ahead of inevitable price increases on your home renovation. It's the Tile Style Sale. In stock now and ready for you at Tile Style, Ballymount Retail Centre and tilestyle.ie.
Every business is unique, with different needs and priorities. Whether it's a hybrid or full-time return to the office, a flexible workspace offers many solutions that can revolutionise how and where you work. So if you're an SME or a larger enterprise, we have customised workspaces to suit your business across 16 Dublin City locations. To find out more, visit iconicoffices.ie. Iconic Offices. Workspace as unique as you are.
Done Deal has the largest range of premium cars in Ireland, from Ireland's trusted car dealerships. That's why you'll find Spirit Motor Group on Done Deal. Stop by Spirit Motor Group's online showroom on Done Deal and connect with them for great deals today. Done Deal, for premium cars to feel great about, from all of Ireland's trusted car dealerships.
Eurocycles Euro Baby, come on down lads, the crack is mighty. The Eurocycles Euro Baby prices can't be bet. For bicycles and things with wheels and lots for babies, yeah.
At EurocyclesEurobaby.com, Eurocycles Eurobaby Longmire Road and Airside Swords. Check out the massive range of electric bikes, prams, pushchairs and more.
The Eurocycles Euro Baby prices can't be bet. For bicycles and things with wheels and lots for babies, yeah. See our product range and buy online at EurocyclesEurobaby.com.
Don't get locked down with a long and expensive mobile network contract. Go SIM-free with Harvey Norman and be free to choose the phone you want from our largest range. With brands like Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi and more. Be free to choose your own network plan. Be free to choose to pay now or later with our flexible payment options. Go SIM-free and save with Harvey Norman today.
Standard fees, T's and C's apply. Subject to credit assessment and approval. Finance provided by Flexify Europe Limited. See hn.ie/hum for more.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Don't miss Arsenal versus Everton in the Women's Super League. Sunday, live on Sky Sports.
Welcome back to Thursdays Off the Ball. John Giles is with us. John, last Sunday, Liverpool 2, Manchester City 2, the second half. Certainly as good as we've seen this season in the Premier League, if not for quite a few seasons in terms of standard of play. Manchester City were totally dominant in the first half. What happened in the second half that Liverpool were able to get right back into it?
Well, when you're on top, generally, Nathan, you've got to put the goals away. I mean, that's what matters. And they didn't do that. So obviously Liverpool going in at half-time, especially Klopp, will be saying, we got away with it here. No score. We could have been on the play, maybe 2 down. So we've got to really pick it up. And from Manchester City's point of view, well, God, we dominated that game and we've shown nothing for it. So that's what happens. And then Liverpool did have, again, Salah to do his stuff and Mane. Two two of the great goal scorers. City didn't have that, despite the really good play in the first half. When you're on top, Nathan, you've got to score goals. You've got to get in front, or else the other team pick it up, say, well, we could have been out of it by now, and we're not. Now, we'll try and dominate the second half, which Liverpool did play a lot better in the second half. But when you're on top, you've got to score the goals, Nathan.
How good was that goal from Mo Salah?
Oh, it was brilliant. Well, first of all, the Mane's goal, I mean, the run by Salah and then the ball to Mane was brilliant. But the second goal was, I don't know many players he beat. I think he beat some of the players twice, and then the great finish. Absolute brilliant goal. And City did well to come back, Nathan, because when you haven't done what you should have done in the first half and the other team go in front, it can be demoralising. Or you can be demoralised. And they didn't. To be fair to them, they fought back and finished up getting a draw from the game.
Did that game show the potential issue for Manchester City this season with the failure to sign Harry Kane? Somebody to take those chances that they created in the first half, and maybe even someone to be a figurehead of the attack, because they played Gabriel Jesus, but he played out on the right-hand side. Phil Foden was out on the left-hand side. So Jack Grealish spent the majority of the game as their straight down the middle, most attacking player, which certainly didn't seem to suit him.
Well, he didn't have a goal, really, Nathan. I was very disappointed with Grealish. No matter what position you play in, you've got to be chasing around and getting after the opposition and doing... He did nothing. Okay, he was playing out of position, but that doesn't stop you working hard from working hard when the opposition have the ball. I was terribly disappointed in him. Because, I mean, what Iola did was to have a go at Milner, which Foden did extremely well. I think that's why he put him out there, because that's why Grealish has been playing. But when Grealish was playing like in the more central position, he should have been getting after the opposition and maybe not getting so much of the ball. And that I thought he was terrible, Grealish, for his lack of effort. Never mind playing out of position. No matter what position you play in, you get after the opposition and you get after them, and he didn't do that. He was just wandering around, not chasing back at all. I was terribly disappointed in him.
So do you put his performance more than down to a lack of effort than to actually being played out of position, being unsure of his surroundings, not quite being sure of where he's meant to be at the right time?
Definitely, Nathan. I mean, if it doesn't suit him or suit anybody, it doesn't stop you working hard when the opposition have the ball. And he's played in that position before, Nathan. I can't understand why he couldn't have done better. He can hold the ball. He can do all the things we've seen him do. He mightn't be quite the Aguero, but he could do the best he could. And I didn't see him doing that. It was his lack of effort that I was disappointed in rather than his play. I mean, his play is not going to be good if we don't have a lack of effort. I was very, very disappointed in him.
How then, if, say, Grealish just doesn't work in that position, how does he get Grealish and Foden into the team together, that they're productive together?
Well, he can put them on either wing, Nathan. I think he puts Foden out there. And because he had, Bernardo Silva is playing great for them. De Bruyne hasn't. I think he's still suffering with his injury. But I think he felt that Foden could give Milner a harder time than Grealish could. But if you're going to do that, you could leave Grealish out of the team if it's going to be like that. Now, you don't have to put him in the team. But there's no doubt that in other matches, Foden can definitely play on the right as well as the left. So you could have Grealish back to where he seems to be more comfortable, with Foden on the other side.
Yeah.
But
and what about long-term?
There's no doubt. They need somebody to put the ball in the back of the net. And at the moment, they don't have that as a striker. I mean, City did well to come back, having gone down twice without a striker in the second half of the game. They could easily have lost that game.
So maybe they go back for Harry Kane in January. Maybe they sign somebody else. But until then, what's their best option in that traditional number 9 role?
Well, did one of the number 9 score two in an international match last night?
Yeah, Ferran Torres, yeah.
Well, he hasn't been. Who knows? I mean, these guys, lads are good players. They've got to be given a chance. And if they're not going to just take over from say Harry Kane, or Aguero for that matter. But they might come in and score more than we expect them to, Nathan.
Yeah, they'll do a job.
Do a job, yeah. But again, he might go to. I mean, if Harry's not doing it at Spurs up to Christmas, it might be in both our interests, Spurs and City, for him to go to City.
Yeah. Before we go, Manchester United's performance against Everton, a lot of talk afterwards about Cristiano Ronaldo storming off because he didn't start. Cristiano Ronaldo at 36 has a feeling he can't play every game, but you often talk about the fact that he doesn't exactly exert a lot of effort during the games because all he wants to do is score goals. So
yeah, I wouldn't rest him at all.
In every game?
Nathan. He doesn't. That's we've spoken about him with a couple of times in that case that. And it wasn't in the about the weekend. I mean, he left him out. But when you watch Ronaldo play, he doesn't kill himself. He just doesn't. And we've spoken about it before. He just scores goals. But I'd say he was raging himself that he wasn't in on the match. And when he did come on, he doesn't go chasing around. He doesn't put defenders under pressure. He doesn't do all that. He scores the goals. So I don't think he ever really has to be rested, to be honest. And especially in the big man. Like Everton were very good. They were a well-organised team. The manager had them well-organised team. They had one or two players out. But like United left, well, I think he made 5 changes from the previous match, resting players. But they never looked like a team, Nathan. Like Everton did. I think Everton could have won that match. I mean, they had a goal disallowed, as we know, because the lad made a pass. He might have gone on and scored himself. But definitely Everton were well organised team. And
what do you mean United don't look like a team, John? What do you mean United don't look like a team?
Well, they made a lot of changes for a start, Nathan, and you have to see like what they do: corner kicks, free kicks, and general play. You can tell when a team is like no matter what team or players you have, that making 5 changes, Nathan. First of all, you don't know how they're going to play, because they haven't played together before like that. And certain things that you have to have organised in an organised team for corner kicks, throw-ins, things like that. And it shows when you play the same team, as much as you possibly can. Now, I know there's times you have to make changes, but I think he made 4 or 5 changes for that particular match. And Everton looked well-drilled, a well-drilled team. And that's from corner kicks, free kicks, all the throw-ins, all the various things that you do in a match. United looked disjointed. And you would expect that, having made 4 or 5 changes to the team.
Yeah. So, from a United point of view and from a Solskjaer point of view, because it does feel as though the pressure is ramping up all the time, what can he do to ease that pressure on himself?
Well, I think he should have a consistent team selection, Nathan. Make 1 or 2 changes. Sometimes you have to do that. Right. But I don't think that's been the case. I think he's put, various teams in at different times. And it's very, very difficult to have them organised. In my opinion, as a manager, what managers should do, the more matches you play, the more organised you become with the same team. In other words, the right back makes a mistake, you put that right. Left back makes it, you put that right. So over a period of matches, you should get better. But if you're playing different teams at different matches nearly all the time, the right back that you played and made the mistake in that match is not playing in the next match. You've got a new right back in. So you never get to decide where the team is really, really as well organised as it should be. And I think that's what happens with Solskjaer.
All right, John, great stuff as always. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Thanks, Nathan.
John Giles there. If you missed any of that, he's available on the OTB Sports app. Just get on to our podcast section on the football show and subscribe, and you get everything we do throughout the week straight to your phone. Quick break, and we're back with Tom Parsons.
Still looking for that perfect laptop for college? At Harvey Norman, we've got all the biggest brands and the latest technology in stock today. Save €170 on the HP Pavilion 15 touch